Para mí, la etapa del año es la etapa 15 del Tour de Francia, que terminaba en Plateau de Belle. Vimos un día en el que el Visma apostó todo lo que tenía para intentar endurecer la carrera, para intentar dar la vuelta al Tour de Francia, intentar poner en problemas nuevamente a Tadej Pogačar, pero justamente todo el trabajo del Visma Lease Bike para lo único que sirvió fue para que Tadej Pogačar lanzara un ataque demoledor a 5 kilómetros de la cima y sentenciara el Tour de Francia. Ese mismo día es cuando vio Vingegaard que no podía conseguir una nueva victoria en el Tour de Francia.
Fast and furious from the off. That's what we expected. Full on, full gas. Straight away, riders were going out the back trapdoor. Sprinters, including Mark Cavendish, knowing they would have a tough job to make the time limit. Romain Bardet was attacking. He wanted to be right up there, as did David Gaudu. He'd take the early mountains points, but with the descent coming up to Bagnères de Luchon, things could change again. And they did. A good breakaway went away. Biniam Girmay was in it, and he was after more points in the King of the Mountains competition. He sprinted away ahead of Michael Matthews, but despite winning the sprint on the road at Marignac, he would then be relegated to the last third place in that particular group for an irregular move. In the breakaway ahead, it was breaking up once more. Richard Carapaz made his way across, and it was Visma Lease Bike this time who were taking control to ride. A quarter of the stage done, the gap at 1:30. And that continued a little later on with Jungels, Sobrero and Hindley up the road for a Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe team looking to try and take a stage victory. Behind Visma continued a chase, and with 73 kilometres to go, a split in the breakaway. Forced by Jungels and Sobrero, not everybody had made it though. Carapaz, one of the big victims, he couldn't get there. Hindley pressed on. On the penultimate climb of the day, Healy had to do a job to get Carapaz to the front, and the yellow jersey group, well, they were still led by Visma at 3 minutes 40. Healy, after doing his job, left behind by Carapaz. The Olympic champion wanted to be a stage-winning champion at the Tour. He'd reach Mas, De Plus and Hindley, but in the search for a stage win, they'd have another man in the mix. Getting on the final descent before the last climb, Johannesson was there too. 5 stars at the front, 2.5 minutes of a gap, and they were on their way to the Plateau de Belle. By this point, there was a real danger that the sprinters were going to be out of time. 35 minutes back as they started the climb at the front, and Carapaz was the first to attack. The gap, though, was down to less than 1.5 minutes, and the group was whittling down too. Enric Mas gave it a go, and Jorgensen by this point was riding strongly. It was becoming clear that the stage was going to the GC group, but what was left of that as Vingegaard attacked, Evenepoel was dropped, Pogačar, though, sticking to the wheel of the two-time defending champion. Evenepoel had said he was searching for the podium. He was losing ground on the man in second place. But could the man in second place overturn things? Trailing Tadej Pogačar at this point by 1:57. They were neck and neck on the road. But then with just over 5 kilometres to go, Vingegaard had been riding, Pogačar had been waiting. Pogačar would then pounce. Once again he'd ride away, building an advantage and increasing his lead. Jonas Vingegaard came into this off the back of no competition since March. A nasty crash. He shouldn't have even been at the Tour de France. The fact he's been competitive has been incredible. Tadej Pogačar looking for that Giro Tour double. He crossed the line with another magnificent win. The first man ever to do back-to-back summit finish wins on 2 occasions in his career, and he put more than a minute into Jonas Vingegaard. finishing almost 3 minutes down, Remco Evenepoel in the fight for the podium, looking good on the podium, looking a long way from the yellow jersey. And more than 3 minutes now, the gap from yellow to second place. Tadej Pogačar with 6 stages left in more than pole position. It was perfect POG in the Pyrenees. The third stage win of this tour, and perhaps one that goes a good long way to sealing the deal. They're the results after a very, very tough encounter in the mountains.